If you've ever had in-law drama, this story might be for you. When my wife and I got married, her grandparents gave us a house as a wedding gift. It wasn't just any house. It was the home her grandparents had lived in for decades, full of memories, and it meant the world to her. The house was a charming two-story colonial with a wraparound porch, nestled in a quiet neighborhood. My wife grew up visiting this house, and she always talked about how much she loved it. So when her grandparents gave it to us, we were thrilled. We moved in shortly after our wedding and started building our life together. The house became our sanctuary, filled with laughter, late-night talks, and all the little moments that make a marriage. We talked about starting a family, filling the rooms with children's laughter, and growing old together in this house that meant so much to her. But then, tragedy struck. My wife was involved in a drunk driving incident and died. It was sudden, unexpected, and absolutely devastating. We hadn't been married long, and in that short time, we hadn't had children. The future we had planned was ripped away in an instant, leaving me alone in the house that we had both loved so much. As I grieved, I found comfort in the house. Every corner of it held memories of my wife, from the kitchen where we cooked together to the living room where we spent cozy evenings by the fire. The idea of leaving the house was unbearable to me. It was all I had left of her. A few weeks after the funeral, my in-laws approached me with a question that caught me off guard. They asked when I would be moving out of the house. They said that the house had been in their family for generations, and with their daughter gone, they believed it should go back to them. They weren't hostile about it, but it was clear that they expected me to give up the house. I told them that I wasn't planning on moving out. My wife had left clear instructions in her will that the house would go to me if anything ever happened to her. She knew how much the house meant to both of us, and she wanted me to have it. The house wasn't just hers, it was ours, and I felt that giving it up would be like losing her all over again. My in-laws didn't take the news well. They were hurt and upset, and they accused me of being selfish. They said that the house was part of their family history, and without my wife, I had no claim to it. They pointed out that I had my own family, and that I could find another place to live, but this house was special to them. I tried to explain that the house was special to me too, that it was full of memories of the life I had shared with their daughter, but they didn't see it that way. They saw it as me holding on to something that wasn't truly mine, something that should have gone back to them. Now, I'm stuck in a difficult situation. I love this house and I feel a deep connection to it because of all the memories I made here with my wife. But I also understand that the house is important to my in-laws and that they see it as part of their family legacy. I don't want to hurt them, but I also don't want to give up the one thing that makes me feel close to my wife. So, am I the asshole for keeping the house? I know it means a lot to my in-laws, but it means a lot to me too. This house isn't just a piece of property, it's a piece of my heart, a place where I feel my wife's presence every day. I don't think I can give that up, but I wonder if I'm being selfish for holding on to something that my in-laws believe should be theirs.